Hi, Julian. Thank you for agreeing to this interview and
Oh,
telling me about what you think about NASA's moon mission.
oh, no problem. I'm kind of excited to see what we're gonna be talking about, and yeah.
Have you heard about NASA's moon plan?
Honestly, I have not. I have not. But I would like to look more into it. It sounds very interesting. So yeah.
So NASA plans to land the first woman and the next man on the moon in 2024. And I guess, what do you think about that?
I think that's. I have nothing against it. It's a great idea. I feel like NASA is trying to do more to like integrate everything, like make it more, like more for everyone. And I feel like it's a great idea, and I'm all for it.
Do you know the last time we went to the moon?
20. It's in like, is it 2014?
How about 1972?
1972?
That's the last
I
time we had
thought.
people on the moon.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Do you think humanity should have like a moon base and be like people would live up there all the time? What do you think?
Nah, it's useless. I think we're good. I don't think we need to go there yet. Yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in the future. I know Elon's trying to get something going with Mars, but not yet. We still have time. Maybe we could improve on what's happening down here instead of trying to expand up there.
That's interesting. I've hear a lot of people talk about that. About improving things down here versus expanding things up there. Do you think it's only possible to do one or the other? Like, I mean, do you have to choose between those two things?
You could do both, I guess, but I feel like if we could get everything, because the majority of people are gonna be down here, and this is where it's like, where everything's gonna like be. So I feel like it would um, be more helpful, and it's mandatory to get everything right down here first before trying to expand when some things aren't like working properly like in the earth.
That's interesting. So, in terms of down here, what do you think is not going right?
I feel like a lot of people think global warming is the issue. Me personally, I want to get gas cars out of here.
Okay.
I like what Elon is doing. I know. I'm not saying that it's gonna be the best. Like it's not gonna be very popular, but I know electric cars are starting to move in. Uh, and I know Mustang came out with the EV and everything,
Okay.
electric and like a bunch of electric vehicles. And I know like some people are making hydrogen cars, but I feel like that's not gonna like be like very popular. But we gotta fix global warming. There's a lot of issues going on. Like there's a lot of poverty here, and if we're gonna go up there, it's gonna take a lot of money. Why don't we just start and clean everything up here? So poverty, global warming. There's a lot of problems. Like I can't recall all of them from the top of my head, but there's so many that we need to fix.
So you talk about the environment and gas cars being a source of pollution, and electric cars would fix that, at least from for versus gas cars. In terms of poverty, what do you think should be done about poverty? I mean, like, what's the problem there?
So I feel like I know a lot of people are donating. Honestly, I really don't know what the main problem is. I just know we have a problem with poverty, and I feel like we could do something to fix that. We could do nonprofits and everything, and I know we're giving money, but I know there's some organizations out there where you give food and they give it because I feel like poverty is one thing, hunger is the main thing because there's a lot of hungry people out there, and poverty is a main. I'm not saying it's not like important, but I feel like hunger is like the main like three things you need is oxygen, food, and a shelter.
Okay.
Like that's I think that should be covered up before poverty, and once that's solved, then we can move on from there.
Now, in terms of like food, do you think it's because we can't actually produce enough food for everybody else, or is there something else that's causing a problem?
I think we can produce enough food, and there's a lot of. I'm talking about the U.S. I don't know outside the U.S. But in the
Okay.
U.S. we are producing a lot of food. Um, a lot of food is being wasted too, but we are producing a good amount of food. If we could maybe produce, if we want, we could produce a little more food and then give it out to those hungry people. But I'm saying I'm not gonna say we're underproducing, but we're not managing our food right.
Okay. And coming back to the environment part, so electric cars, you have to produce the electricity somehow. How would you like to see the electricity being produced?
Hey, we have the sun. We don't have to pay to use it. The sun's right there. Solar panels are very efficient. You could use that. There's a lot of I know there's regenerative braking energy where when you brake, it creates energy to go back. Not a lot, but when it adds up, it makes a lot. I've seen in some places. I would say that it should become more, like more it's more environmental friendly and elevators that when they go down they create energy, and I've been to some places where they have electricity producing elevators, and I think that's a big factor. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, you don't throw away the energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
like whenever you're braking, find some way to conserve that momentum that you had and
Yeah.
translate it into electricity and store it in batteries and use that. That's really good.
I'm Yeah, because there's a lot of possible ways we could make energy. Like I said, elevators and everything. That's not popular, but I feel like if we could find a way to make everything we do in our life more energetic, and like not energy, sorry, like produce more electricity.
Wow. Um, so solar power, one problem with that is that you only have daylight for, on average,
That's
half the
true.
day.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's cloudy.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of space-based solar power?
I have. I've heard of it. I don't know a lot about it, but because the sun's there too. Uh, but then again, the sun's not always facing you.
Well, I mean, the idea is that you would put big satellites in orbit that generated, had like solar panels in such an orbit that they would always have sunlight.
Oh, I saw. I remember seeing some. I think I watched a movie or something, and I
Okay.
saw something like that. It was where they didn't have enough energy or enough fuel,
Uh huh.
so that what they did was they had the so on the satellite on the solar panel, but they covered everything with solar panels, and then they had that one thing. It's called like I forgot the name of the movie. It's like Mission Mongol or something.
Mission Munglo.
Have you heard of that?
I have not.
Yeah, so I saw that movie. It was pretty good. And they're trying to make a satellite to go to, I think Mars. I think it's Mars, and they use solar panels and they made it so it would kind of like boost like there, so it always face the sun,
Okay.
and that way it would go around like this. And I found that very innovative, and yeah, I've heard of that. I don't know a lot about it, but I feel like that'd be a great idea.
Now, one problem with these big constellations of solar panels is you actually have to get the solar panels into orbit. And it's very expensive to launch things from
That's
Earth.
true.
But some people think that maybe you could mine the moon, build their solar panels on the moon, and then it's a lot easier and cheaper to launch from the moon because it's less gravity, you don't have an atmosphere, and things like that. So this is like a way that using space resources could actually help with the environmental issues on Earth.
You could use the moon. Coming back to my point, I think it's not efficient to live on the moon yet. Yet, like I said, we still have to. But I feel like if we stick to going from where we are going, because if you think about it, not everyone I know in my, like where I live, no one has a solar panel. Like no one has solar panels on their roof,
Right.
except for like one house is out of like 30. Or 30 or 40.
Right.
And I know my neighbor is the only one who has it in our whole like neighborhood, and he has a Tesla too, so he got the Powerwall. But I feel like if we just start there,
Right.
we can see how it's going, and if it's too less, maybe we can think of another innovative approach. But a lot of people now are still having gas cars, are still going towards away from producing electricity from their household
Right.
and relying on outside and I know my schools installed solar panels and it saved them a lot, and they found it energy efficient. So yeah.
What you're saying is there's a lot of easy steps we could take down here.
Right.
Let's do all those before we try to take extraordinary steps.
Yeah, just take small steps right here before you take big leaps outside. I feel like that's the way to start off, because if we get the structure right, then we can move on from there. That's what I think.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, what excites you about the future? I mean, like whenever you what do you find? What makes you get up in the morning and that you're excited about that you really want to do? I mean,
Like, sorry, could you reword that a little bit? Like,
is there anything that like excites you, like some type of thing that you want to do or make or become
oh, like
like
innovate something that would help our future.
or just you personally? I mean, like everybody has different things they like. Some people get really excited about maybe going on a trip someplace, or they get excited about building something, or they get excited about kind of.
Well, for me, I'm in school for 8 hours a day, and I see a lot of problems there.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying it's related to anything about like space or electricity, but it can be really simple. Like I noticed the other day, my teacher, he would always have to go and get the whiteboard eraser,
Okay.
and that day I was on break, so I'm like, all right, I think I know a way to fix this, and I did come up with a solution. In fact, I'm still like developing it, but he would always have to go and get the eraser, and sometimes he would just use his hand to wipe it, and
Oh wow.
yeah, so I'm like, this is kind of getting a bit out of hand because he wastes so much time like looking for the eraser and then like not using it, and I feel like a lot of teachers have that problem, and I asked a lot of teachers and they say yeah that'd be helpful if we had a better solution. So there's a lot of problems going on, and I like fixing local problems that not like really big like electric cars were revolutionary when it first came out
Right.
because people thought like, oh wow, that's such a good idea. Like I can't believe they thought of that, and I'm not trying to go that big yet. I'm trying to figure out small, and I would like to solve a world problem. That's like one of my goals, but I like starting off a little bit small so I can get like the hang of it.
That's really interesting about the marker and the eraser and what have
Yeah,
you. It reminds me of another story. You know the story about the hot dog bun?
the hot dog button.
A bun?
Oh, the bun.
Yeah.
On how it was made.
Uh huh.
I read a book. I forgot. That was like 7 years ago.
Originally, like you had all these hot dog salespeople, in New York and what have you. They would sell just the actual link inside of the sausage
Oh,
piece.
really?
And they used to have these mittens for people to hold, so they could eat the sausage and they're supposed to leave the mitten there. But people kept walking off with the mitten. And one guy's brother of a person that sold these hot dogs actually was a baker. And he's like, I got a solution. We'll make a bread-based mitten so that people can hold the sauce, and then they just eat it, and you don't have to worry about them walking off.
Wow, I haven't heard that. That's pretty cool.
I know.
That's so like nice. Yeah.
But I was just thinking about your marker and eraser problem. I mean, it's the same type of problems, like just paying attention to like people's pain points and going, there's a better way.
Yeah.
And then that sets you off to a whole different thing. I mean, like hot dogs are like so popular, and if it wasn't for that one person that had that idea of, hey, we can, do it differently,
Yeah.
we would all still be walking off with the mittens.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of problems. I remember it was a year ago when I wanted tape, and I don't know how many people have this problem in their house. When I want tape, I can never find it. I don't know if you guys have that problem or maybe not.
I do. The tape and scissors. In fact,
Yeah.
usually I'm looking for both of them together.
Really? Yeah.
Because, wrapping presents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas time, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
this time, and birthdays. Birthdays are the other time.
Yeah.
I've bought so many scissors and tapes. It's
And
just
just lose
unbelievable.
them?
And lose them. And
Yeah.
hairbrushes. Tapes,
Really?
scissors, and hairbrushes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, hairbrushes they get lost easily, too.
Exactly.
So
we
when
have a bag of 10 of them upstairs just in case.
Oh,
The $1
Yeah.
things from Walmart.
yeah. So I got tape, and I tried to open it. Can't open it because our tape rolls are like. So the tape we have the nice, like the normal ones, and then we get those tape that once you close it, it's so hard to open back up. Like you have to find it.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like you don't know where it begins.
Yeah.
And you're just like running your nail on it,
Yeah.
trying to figure it
until it
out.
like bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then you get it, look just by a corner, but not the whole thing, and it like
yeah, and
starts
then it goes
ripping.
like this, and it cuts off the end. That's so annoying.
Or even worse, you make it all the way around one time, and now you really don't know which you have
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, tape is really annoying sometimes. But I found like I was working on a solution. And I have to 3D print it. I got everything done. I just have to 3D print it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's 3D printed. I'm not going like plastic manufacturing yet, but it's like a little tab, but it's specifically designed so you can put it in the tape easily. Like you don't
Uh-huh.
have to go like you can easily put it in. Close the tape around it, and it will stay.
Okay.
And once you need the tape, you pull it. You just go like this
Yep.
and stick your finger. Like you can just hold it. I have to find a better solution, like prototype one. But like just hold it with your finger and then pull the tab off, and then you can get how much tape you want. And there's one that I'm trying to make that has like a blade inside already.
Okay.
So if you while it's in, you can just go like cut it off, and the tape will come out. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, that sounds. I
I-
thought it was gonna. I thought
I
it
would
worked.
love to see it. Maybe
Yeah,
you
I'll-
can send me some pictures whenever.
I'll send one to you too. I'll mail it to you. So
That'd be neat.
yeah.
So, space travel is becoming more commonplace. I know it doesn't seem that way right now.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
you got like Virgin Galactic, they just went public this year. And they're selling like tickets into space for $250,000 each. Just like
Yeah.
short
I saw
rides,
that. Wasn't that like 6 months ago, right? Around?
Yeah, they went public 6 months ago. They haven't started like actually launching people, but they have 600 people that have actually paid to go. So they have a long backlog.
Wow.
And then Blue Origin has like this little rocket and capsule, completely reusable, that they plan to launch 6 people at a time into space. No idea what the price is.
Oh.
And then SpaceX and Boeing both have capsules that they've developed for NASA, where for like $50-60 million you could buy a ticket into space, go to the International Space Station or what have you.
Oh wow.
And then SpaceX is working on the Starship, which can carry 100, 200 people at a time. And it's completely reusable. And they're talking about they could get you halfway around the world in 30 minutes and for the price of a first class ticket on an airline.
Wow.
But as part of the top part of that, you'll actually be in space. And so
Oh,
just
like
as,
that arc.
Yeah, on the arc.
Oh wow.
And so you'll be able to see like the curvature of the Earth and the blackness of space. So, would you do any of these?
Nope.
No.
I would not personally. One, I think it's not necessary for me yet. Would I like to do it? Of course I would, but not now. I would like. It's like how cars started out. Not everyone went for it first. Like they kind of
Sure.
like got into ease and they got better.
Right.
So I like the concept of it, but I would wait. I'd probably wait. Maybe 10 years after it like kicks in. I know it sounds like a lot, but I would wait. And personally, I have no need to get around half the world in 30 minutes.
Sure.
For a first class ticket. Would I love to do that? Yes. 30 minutes is such like. I would love to have. I don't like being on flights for too long, especially when you're like economy.
Oh yes.
It's really
Oh my gosh,
annoying.
your legs start hurting.
Yeah, and I'm a
and-
tall person, so it's the worst.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
But can you imagine? So it's like in the evening, you get on one of these rockets. You're 30 minutes. You're in Tokyo. You have your meeting during the day, and then you leave at the end of the day, and you're back before morning here. I mean, it's like whoa.
That would be really nice, and I feel like the way we're going, space travel and air travel, the how is it like the time to get from one place to another, if that significantly decreases, that would be a very benefiting factor.
And maybe not just people, but supplies. You have some type of medical outbreak
Amazon
or a
and
need,
everything. Yeah.
or some type of like disaster. You could get supplies there in like
Yeah.
less than a day type of thing. So,
And I've seen a lot. I know Amazon has like their 1 day, 2 day shipping. If like a lot of health, relief aid had
Right.
that same thing. If they could use these, like, I know these spaceship, starships. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, those they're used for people. They could also be used for supplies, and I find that more benefiting to the world.
Oh, exactly. In fact, supplies probably would be the first thing because, if something happened, people are like, oh, that's bad. But, it's not like a tragedy.
Yeah.
But you have people on there, then there's people like, whoa. you
Yeah.
know.
People are going to be very interested when they see this. One thing is that it's not really affordable yet. When you say $250,000 for a ticket, that's not something a lot of people
Right.
are willing to pay to go to space.
And this is like the Virgin Galactic ones, the
Right.
250. But the SpaceX, 30-minute flight from one point to another point.
That was good. That was
like 10,000 or 15,000. That
Yeah.
might be.
that's
reasonable.
more affordable for some people. But yeah, that's a really nice innovation. I know Tesla, they came out with their Cybertruck.
Oh yes.
That is a really innovative truck.
And don't forget about the cyber quad or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, the
the
little
Cyber
four
Quad.
wheeler.
I love that.
That some people I think want that more than the truck. And
That's
actually,
me. That's me right there. I want that more than the truck.
but
I was gonna get a quad bike, and once I saw that, I'm like, I'm gonna wait and see if they have an option to buy that separately.
yeah, I know. I don't think they do right
I
now.
don't
I
think
think
they
it's an
do.
add-on.
I heard that you have to buy like the top
Oh really?
the top of the line Cybertruck,
Oh,
and you can buy the like it comes with the thing. I heard that somewhere. I'm not sure where,
okay.
but yeah, the Cyber Quad was really nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So in 2024, where will you be along your career? In college or?
2024. Hold on a second. I'm graduating. I'm gonna be a freshman in college.
Freshman in college. Okay, so 2024, they just launched from the Earth, the first people to go back in the moon since the last time it was 1972.
I can't believe it was 1972. I thought it was more recent.
I know, it's unbelievable. We've just been in low Earth orbit since then.
Yeah.
Would you like go to like some type of party or something to celebrate, or like how do you think you, or would it just be like another news item?
I
What do you
feel
think?
like a lot of people won't care that much. I'm
Okay.
just saying because no one, not a lot of people, like I'd say from a social standpoint, like with my friends
Sure.
and with a lot of people, I guess they really won't care. I know there's some people who be like really cool, like
I know. I feel like
Yeah.
me. I
Like
like
you-
celebrating, having a party.
yeah,
You know.
and blasting some space music. And all that.
Exactly. You know, the big jumbotron with
Yeah.
the. Yeah.
But I think not a lot of people would care. I know it's gonna be on the news and everything. It's probably gonna be on the news for a fairly long time. But I would say, would I celebrate? I wouldn't go crazy. I'd be like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. Like that's just me. Like I know I've seen a lot of cool things happen. When the Cybertruck came out, I kind of went crazy for that. Like
Did
I
you-
was researching it.
Did you watch it in real time, the unveil for the Cybertruck?
No, I was in school.
Oh, you were in school? No, I don't think so. It was in the evening.
It was in the evening.
It was in the evening.
You know what? You're right. Oh, I watched it, but I didn't watch. I don't know if I watched it live, but I watched the whole thing
Okay.
again.
You saw the window.
I saw the window
The
break.
window,
Yes.
okay.
And there's a video on that on why the window broke.
Oh, really? I saw
Yeah.
the one where they did the test right before, but I didn't see the video
Yeah,
about
the
why
test
they
right
broke.
before.
Yeah. And it bounced off. You know,
Yeah,
the
I
same
know.
guy throwing it at, I think, the same window.
The same window, yeah.
Was it the same window? Maybe it just can't
I think
take
it
two
was
hits.
the same window because they made like one or two.
Mm.
They didn't make a lot of trucks, but I saw a video and I forget what it said, but I think it said something like the windows were slightly down.
Oh, really? I
Or-
needed to be like completely in the frame.
Yeah,
it
I
was
don't
slightly
I don't
down?
think it was. I think it was slightly down.
Hmm.
But that's what some people said. And I remember they did a glass drop from all the way up.
Yes,
and
they
dropped
showed
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
On top of the same glass, and
Yeah.
it was fine.
It was
You know,
completely fine.
Like
I
they
think-
dropped it from here, then they dropped it from here, and then they got on the ladder and dropped it from way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, the Tesla Cybertruck is very innovative. Did you see the Ford versus Tesla? The
I
tug of
did,
war?
where it just like pulls the truck.
The F-150 right out.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, before if I was gonna get a pickup truck, it would be an F-150. But now that the Tesla Cybertruck came out, the only thing I don't like about the Cybertruck is the cockpit style control, like how it's only like two on the steering wheel. It's not.
Oh, really?
It's not a full circle. I didn't like that. I kind of like the full circle.
I didn't see the inside.
Yeah, inside the thing about Tesla, I know a lot of people don't like this, but for
Mhm.
me, I like a lot of gadgets and like panels and like
Okay.
in our car you can see like miles per hour and everything. And Tesla,
You like the gauges.
yeah,
The gauges. You're not just like this one panel and only okay.
yeah. And on the Tesla, it's like one screen. I feel like it's kind of boring. I went to a Tesla showroom and everything, but it's cool. They have nice, like, I love the Model X.
Mhm.
Not the look, but the features. Like, you go in, it will automatically sense you, open the door, you hit the brakes, it will close the door. Falcon wings are like the best doors ever invented. But yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about hitting the guy next to you. I always
that's
feel
true.
bad that every time I park someplace and like
Yeah.
you're like trying to squeeze out.
You don't have to worry about.
You don't
And
have to worry
smart
about that.
summon is so useful because there was one guy who got two like cars parked next to him, and he had a Model X, and he couldn't go up. He couldn't go in. So he used a smart summon, and it
It
pulled
just
itself.
pulled out.
Yeah,
and you
and
could
then
get
it
in.
opened the doors.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice. And there's an Easter egg or something on the Tesla where like they have a lot of cool stuff. Like Elon thinks about a lot of things. You can play games on the like with the steering wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the beach buggy.
Oh, and you could turn on like Mars mode too, where you're
Yeah.
like a little rover on Mars.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There-
for the map, like as you're driving.
I saw that. Oh yeah, and the road becomes like Mars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that, and I saw one where it becomes the Starman's roaster or something.
And also, you have that Easter egg where the X-wing does like a Christmas tune with dancing and
Oh yeah, and it goes
music
like
and
this,
the up and
and the
down.
lights.
Exactly.
Yeah. I saw that. That was cool. Yeah, my dad's friend has a Model X, and I don't think he tried that yet. But I gotta tell him about that. 'Cause I'd really like to see that.
So we have 1,833 more days before the end of 2024. And so I plan to record one of these videos every day until then, regardless of what happens. Every day I'm just going to talk to one new person, you know, the guy that cuts my hair or, you know, somebody, random person on the street. And you have experience like YouTube channels and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I have one myself. Not very good, but I have one myself.
Well, you want to give it a shout out? What is it?
If you guys want to go and search up 2.0 Clan on YouTube, square brackets 2.0, another square bracket space clan, it's going to be the one with around 200 subscribers at the time of watching this video. And I plan to post more on there. I'm also having a new YouTube video. Maybe, don't know the name of it yet because I didn't create it, but I have made YouTube videos for it. But if you guys want to go check that out, I'll try to, I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll try to find a way to get it to you guys on my 2.0 Clan YouTube page. On the description, there will be the name of it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and do that for me, and that'll be great.
Oh, and I could put the link to it on this video.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be perfect.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, on the blog. That'd be great.
On the blog, exactly, and on the YouTube description.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So, any advice for me on how I should do these interviews in the future? Like, what do you think worked well this time, and what you're like, oh, maybe next time don't do that, or you should do this.
I feel like honestly, if it was me, there's no way I'd last 1,830-ish days. I don't know how many. How many do you have left?
33. 1,800. Well, actually, 32. This is 1,833. Tomorrow will be 8,032.
So I feel like that's me. I would not last that long. Maybe I'd last like 200 or something.
I know. You have to check with me and see if I do it past 200.
I would love to see if you do it. That would
if I make it to 1,600, that would be amazing, right?
I think you should do. I don't know. Check the Guinness World Records.
Oh, really? The number of the streak for daily YouTubes?
Daily YouTube video. If it's more than 1,800, go for it. If it's less than 1,800, go for it.
Okay.
I would love to see you get a world record, nice blog, and all that stuff. But yeah, I think you could go online and find maybe if you like. I'm not sure how. There should be websites where you could probably do like Skype interviews instead.
Oh, okay.
Instead of in person, or you could just go out on the street. There's a lot of people who like to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I almost think it's kind of cool because it gives you an excuse to talk to people you don't normally talk to. It's like, hey, you know, you see this person on the street and you're like, we have no reason to talk to each other, but maybe it'd be kind of cool. This provides like the excuse. It's like, hey, help me with my project. They're like, okay, that's cool.
And maybe if you help, like, I know a lot of YouTubers who have like one cameraman. Like, you don't have to hire someone, but like if you just have like a cameraman, have like a mic or something.
Oh, right.
And then that way the audio is more clear and it'd be more like a nicer quality to have. But so far, I like what you're doing. I support you all the way, and I feel like it's gonna go good. And, yeah.
Thank you very much. This is actually the longest video I've recorded so far. The shortest was
29 minutes.
29 was. I think we're gonna end right at 30 probably. The shortest one was like a minute and 20 seconds. And
minute and 20. What did you guys talk about?
It was really short. You know, it was the guy I talked to on the street. Yeah, but I think you know, getting people to talk more about themselves is the key.
Yeah, I feel like when people open up, they kind of show more about what they really think.
Right, exactly.
And I kind of did tell you everything I thought was what I thought. So
I really appreciate it, and it'd be interesting, in 5 years,
Yeah,
maybe to
just
watch
come
this
back.
video again and see, how your views have changed.
Yep, I would love to do that.
Sounds good. Well, guess we're gone now.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you guys, and I'll see you maybe on my YouTube channel if you subscribe, which I hope you do. And if you guys are seeing this video, do you have an email or a blog?
Yep. This one is Countdown to the Moon.
Countdowninthemoon.org.
Yes.
Go there, check it out, and I feel like you guys should support him because it is a very good blog. So
Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you.
I appreciate it.